I remember those days when I didn't understand the way out, when I'll cry myself to sleep and wake up very frustrated, feeling empty, lost, and alone, with absolutely no one to turn to, no one to help me. And I didn't realize then also that God loved me and He wanted to help me. I just thought He was someone you couldn't understand. So He was doing too much and saying too little, and it was confusing. That's the way I saw it. And that's why I make these videos, because my goal is to help someone declutter that confusion. I know how hard it can be and the anguish it can put on you when you hear one thing, but you see something entirely different going on. That was my situation. This is Magdala with the Under 5 Minutes at 5 a.m. motivationals with a time for God. This is a time for God. It's a time for us to get to understand who God is and how God operates and why we can rest. Why we don't need to be worried, stressed, annoyed, bitter, vengeful. We can do all of that if we understand our God. If we understand that God allows us to go through stuff, not to punish us, but most likely to prepare us for what's ahead of us. If we saw it that way, we will stop looking at the problems and start seeing the challenge. You can challenge yourself to come out victorious in situations day after day. I do that. I do that all the time. Sometimes you find some people who just want to make you hurt. And they let you know that they don't like you. They don't like the way you look. They don't like the way you sound and where you're from. And it's easy to find yourself lost in that whole situation, feeling like I need to prove a point to this person. Oh, I've learned differently. I've learned that I can trust in God. And I can leave the situation to God. But more than that, I've started seeing situations as challenges and not problems. What does that mean? That means in every situation, I try to find an objective way out. I ask myself, is God trying to teach me something out of this situation? Think about it. It could be the same for you. Excuse me. But allow God to direct you. Let Him be the guiding force. When you start to see things from God's perspective, people cannot easily throw you off track. That person that come and talk down condescending to you, it could be an opportunity for you to express yourself and tell them just how you feel. But it could also be an atmosphere to see how much you have grown, how much you've learned to let go, to overlook, to see the chance to show somebody God through your way of life. Not necessarily through what you said, but what you did. Can it witness to someone? Can you look at it from that perspective? Do you think it will help you if you did? Share your comments with me if you would, if you got to this part. This is Magdala with the Under 5 Minutes at 5 a.m. motivational. So remember, this is a time for God. Do have you a wonderful rest of the evening. Bye-bye.